Hi, today we are going to talk about the link between nitric oxide and thrombosis. What is nitric oxide and where do we get it? Nitric oxide is a colorless gas compound. It is produced in our body in a number of ways. It can be made from amino acid L-arginine when synthesized with nitric oxide synthase in the vascular walls of the blood vessels. It can also be synthesized from our sweat nitrates in the skin. It can be derived from the nitrates that we get from our food, especially leafy greens. It has been observed that vegetarians have lower incidence of cancer and cardiovascular diseases, probably because of the higher amount of supply of nitric oxide they derive from the leafy vegetables. What is the relationship between nitric oxide and the endothelial cells of our blood vessels? The endothelial layer is the inner layer lining of the blood vessel wall. Blood vessels is made up of outer layer, the tunica externa, the middle layer, the tunica media, and the inner layer, the tunica intima. The tunica intima is lined by a smooth surface of endothelium, consisting of a single layer of squamous endothelial cells. Capillaries are thin wall vessels consisting of single layer endothelial cells. Nitric oxide is synthesized in the vascular endothelium from the substrate L-arginine in a reaction catalyzed by endothelial nitric oxide synthase. Nitric oxide causes the blood vessels to vasodilate, making the blood vessel walls to relax and expand, giving rise to a bigger passageway for the increased volume of blood to flow through. This action has significant impact on a whole lot of health conditions, including lowering blood pressure. How does nitric oxide help in embolism situation? Embolism is an aggregation of blood platelets, causing a blockage of blood vessels. The presence of nitric oxide in the blood vessel is a potent inhibitor of platelet aggregation and adhesion to the vascular wall. Besides protection from thrombosis, nitric oxide also prevents the release of platelet-derived growth factors that stimulate smooth muscle proliferation and its production of matrix molecules. This effectively prevents embolisms to occur. Why do we need to take nitric oxide supplements? There are a few facts that we need to know about nitric oxide. Nitric oxide molecules have short lifespan. They have a half-life of a millisecond. That means we need to produce it constantly to replace what has been used. Unfortunately, the production of nitric oxide reduces with age. The older we are, the less our body can produce nitric oxide. Other factors such as stress, insufficient sleep, poor diet, and lifestyle also will contribute to the decrease in production of nitric oxide in the body. We can do a number of things to increase the production of nitric oxide in our body. First, take plenty of leafy vegetables such as spinach, kale, and other green leafy veggies. Research has shown that these leafy vegetables provides plenty of nitrates to the body for synthesis into nitric oxide. Beetroots are a rich source of nitrates, which can be converted to nitric oxide in just 45 minutes by your body. Raw garlic boosts nitric oxide levels by stimulating the nitric oxide synthase, the enzyme that helps to synthesize nitric oxide from the amino acid L-arginine. Dark chocolate helps to significantly increase the levels of nitric oxide because the flavonoids found in the cocoa helps to maintain optimal nitric oxide levels. Oranges, lemons, limes, and grapefruit are high in vitamin C, which increases the bioavailability of nitric oxide and maximizes its absorption. Vitamin C also increases the levels of nitric oxide synthase. The seeds of pomegranate are packed with antioxidants that protect your cells from damage and preserve nitric oxide. Pomegranate juice has been shown to protect nitric oxide from oxidative stress and increase blood nitrate levels. Test tube studies have shown the antioxidants in red wine increases the production of nitric oxide synthase and increases the release of nitric oxide from cells that line the blood vessels. A more convenient form is to use the food supplements such as NO+, which has packed everything into one sachet that will help the body to produce nitric oxide easily for the body's needs. This is especially true for those people working in high-stress environment, working shift duties, or those who do not have the time to cook proper meals, or for competitive sports performance. What is significant is that NO+ contain a patented nitric oxide formula called FitNox, which is developed by Glanbia Nutritionists. Glanbia Nutritionists launched its new ingredient FitNox, which is plant-based, containing 3 ingredients that work synergistically to boost nitric oxide production. They are moringa oleifera leaf extract, pomegranate, and black ginger extract. The ingredients utilize a patent-pending plant-based metric technology called PNS technology, polar, non-polar, sandwich technology, that helps to boost the solubility and absorption and eliminates the needs for carriers or binders. Glanbia has performed 2 published studies on FitNox. The first is a short-term, 1-day, 24-subject randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study to determine the initial nitric oxide response in the blood serum and saliva after the subject has consumed the ingredient. This study saw a 336% increase in nitric oxide level as quickly as 1 hour after taking the supplement, as measured through the nitrate and nitric levels, both of which are markers indicating the level of nitric oxide in the body. It was observed that its effects were long-lasting, as the nitric oxide level remained elevated for up to 10 hours, which is significant to the sports performance activity. The second study was a 22-day, 24-subject study in which the participant took 250 mg of FitNox daily and then performed exercise running on a treadmill. The researchers again saw an increase in nitric oxide production, but in addition, they saw that markers of muscle fatigue, the LDH, lactate dehydrogenase, and MDA, malondiamidehydrin, was significantly reduced after supplementing with the ingredient for 22 days. The treadmill runners were able to run for a longer period of time and saw an 18% increase in time before reaching exhaustion. These studies have significant impact on our outlook at the prevention of thrombosis in both the elderly and those with arteries health condition. It is also significant to our studies on the side effects of vaccination resulting in embolism. Remember this, you are in charge of your own health, so take control of your diet and lifestyle. They are the keys to a healthy you. Please help to share this knowledge and educate your friends and loved ones to be healthy and strong, especially during this difficult period when the virus keeps mutating.